Hi, we're gonna do an Easter art lesson with you guys. I'm Lily.
I'm Lincoln. I'm Abra.
And we're gonna show you how to turn simple cardstock paper, which is thick paper, into eggs. And then we're gonna use a lot of different supplies to make a pattern on the eggs and decorate them. The pattern kind of comes out like what? What do you think, Lincoln?
I think the pattern's gonna come out like tie-dye.
Like tie-dye?
I think it's gonna come out like marbles and swirls.
Like marble and swirl, exactly. So we'll call them the tie-dyed, swirled, marbled Easter eggs. Okay, so we're gonna get started. The first thing we're gonna do is you're gonna find some cardstock paper or even just regular paper if you don't have cardstock. What's the difference between cardstock and regular paper?
Cardstock is...
Okay, you go first, Ever.
Regular is like a little bit thinner.
Thinner.
Cardstock is bigger too.
Sometimes it's bigger, but the most important difference is
it's way thicker.
it's way thicker. So you're gonna draw a pretty good sized egg on your cardstock paper. We did it first in what?
Regular paper.
Well, we practiced on regular paper, but what did we use to draw it?
We used pencil and then we overlined it with Sharpie.
So pencil first, so we can always erase our mistakes. And then we Sharpied, so we had a clear line to cut. And then we went ahead and we cut out 3 cardstock eggs. Okay? So we have our 3 cardstock eggs ready to go. And then we're gonna have those right nearby. And we have a cookie sheet that we lined with what? What do we put on top of it? What's this called?
Tin foil.
Tin foil. And that just helps make your cleanup easier. If you don't have tin foil, you don't need to use it. You can just wash the cookie sheet. Okay, come on back. You dropped your egg. Oh, and Ever has her washcloth or dish towel because it does get a little messy. So you're going to want to pick a place in your house where you don't mind getting some shaving cream and maybe even some paint some places. I probably should have put a towel underneath us to sit on. In fact, we talked about it and then I forgot. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our shaving cream and we're going to shake it up. And we're going to put it all over the cookie sheet. Okay? So that shaving cream is gonna get all over the cookie sheet, and you're gonna need to do a double layer because you wanna fill in the gaps. Whoa, look at that, it's already on your egg. Ever, you can take that off with your finger and put it on the cookie sheet. And then use your dish towel.
3 layers?
Nope, that's plenty, okay? And then from here, we each picked a couple of colors. So go ahead, both of you at the same time. We're gonna shake our paint. So we're using simple tempera paint. You could also use acrylic if you have it, but remember acrylic stains easier. So we're gonna use tempera, it's a little more washable. And we're just gonna go easy drops of paint all over the shaving cream. Taking our time. We don't need too much because eventually we're gonna use a chopstick or a toothpick even to kind of swirl it into the shaving cream. Okay, so we're done with orange, we're done with blue. Ever, do you want me to put a little bit of blue on your brother's side?
Yeah.
Okay. Get your next color. Little dots of paint.
Ooh, that fell off.
Okay, no big deal. Sure, of course. Taking our time. Remember, when we're doing art, it's never a race. We want to take our time.
Oh.
That's all right. Do the best you can. Good, and then get some over here. Just
We need a bunch of green because it kind of it's gonna go in really good.
Okay, not too much though, because remember, a little goes a long way in the shaving cream. Also, what did we say before we started? The shaving cream is white. So what's gonna happen to all of our paint colors?
They're gonna get lighter. So like red's gonna turn pink. And purple's gonna turn the lighter purple.
Yes.
And blue's gonna turn light blue.
Yeah, so the white's gonna mix in with our paints and make it all come out a little bit lighter. Okay, this is our last color. Looks like it's a little bit clogged. I'm gonna give it one more little shake. Okay. Okay, so if your paint gets clogged and you don't have a toothpick or a pin nearby, you can just take off the top and do a little bit to get some blobs out. Okay, so troubleshooting as we go. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a chopstick or a toothpick or even a paintbrush if you have it. Let me show. And you're gonna use the chopstick to swirl your paint in easy lines We're not gonna mix it because if you do too much mixing, what's gonna happen
It's
with
gonna
all the
turn
paint
brown.
colors? It's all gonna turn brown.
Light brown.
Okay, so we just wanna take our time. You stay on your half so your sister has her
This
half.
is my half.
Okay, staying on your half to kind of mix up all those colors, but in a swirling fashion, not in a crazy, turn it into brown chaos mixture.
Mom,
Good, beautiful. And then make sure you get all these little blobs over there. Okay, that looks pretty good, Lincoln.
oh, don't we need to get the extra stuff?
Sure, like maybe these thicker places where there's a little extra paint. Nice, you guys, beautiful. Okay,
looks
not
really
too
pretty.
much mixing though, because we don't want to get it
Wait, but look at it.
too blended. So listen, after we dip our eggs in a moment, after we dip our eggs, you might do another swirl to freshen up the paint. Okay, so we'll set these over here. We have a nice extra sheet of paper. You can use newspaper if you have it set next to us. So when we're ready for the eggs to dry, we have a place to put them.
I like this side the most.
Okay, so we're gonna stay on your side, Ever has her side. We're gonna take our first cardstock egg that we've cut out, and you're just easily gonna lay the egg on top of the paint, and then just kind of give it a little push. You wanna get all the sides of the egg down, you want the middle pressed down, and hopefully when we lift it up, the paint is gonna stick to the egg. Okay, so use your fingers. Remember, we have our dish towel. If we get messy, no big deal. And we're gonna lift it up, and we're gonna show everybody. There's a lot of extra shaving cream on it,
Wow.
but we have a super cool pattern. So pause for a second, you guys. We have a super cool pattern. So what you can do is lay your egg down on your paper, and then we just used an old greeting card. You can use a credit card or a gift card because you can always wash it off later. And we're gonna take that gift card or that extra thick object, and we're gonna use it like a scraper to just scrape the extra shaving cream off, which is also gonna help make the pattern spread.
Look.
Okay, so it does look like tie-dye. You guys
Now-
can do your next one.
But don't we gotta do this first to freshen it up?
Sure, go ahead and freshen it up.
Mommy, can I have mine?
Where is yours, sis?
There.
Okay.
No, like that. And I'll freshen
Oh,
it
yes.
right here.
Okay, freshen up right there. And then we're just gonna leave these to dry. You wanna get a lot of the shaving cream off of the egg to dry. So when you're scraping off that extra shaving cream,
Well,
you wanna try to get as much of it off the egg as you can.
I like Lincoln, you went on my side.
Okay, stay on your side, friends. Okay, Ever, you swirling it up? Let's get to the next one, please.
Can I still put an egg on her side? No, because it looks.
You gotta stay on your side.
I'm gonna do it in the middle.
Okay,
I wanna do mine in the
good. You
middle.
can do yours underneath. Stay on your side, please. Gotta be
Oh,
fair.
that's my rainbow spot. Why do we?
Look at this really cool rainbow spot
That's
right
what I'm
now.
talking about. She has all the cool colors.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna take that off.
That's all I'm pushing.
Okay, Ever, go ahead. I'm gonna do some scraping. So we got a new pattern here. Look at that, it's amazing.
You can do one on my side if you want.
Go ahead and do your last egg, friends.
I have one more egg. Oops, can you?
So we're scraping off
I'm gonna
all
get it
that extra shaving cream,
Fresh.
making our swirls.
Whoa.
Wow, look at that one. Beautiful
Oh, you
marble
ripped it.
tie-dye. No, there's no ripping.
Right here.
Well, the shaving cream you can swirl again, remember? Also, with the scraping tool, you're using the shaving cream, you're kind of spreading it over the paper.
No, this is mine.
Hey, friends.
Mine.
Okay, remember, you're on camera. You're showing everybody how you're sharing and acting right now. You want this egg back?
No, like I want that shot.
Oh, yes. Okay. So again, what I was trying to say was the scraping tool is used to also spread the shaving cream
I don't
with
want to
paint on places where you might have had a gap where the shaving cream didn't stick to the paper yet. Okay, this is our last
It's gonna
egg.
be super pretty.
Okay, let's make it a good one.
I found the best spot to do mine. I wish
It's like, look at this spot. Ever all that paint you still have left to use, okay? And everybody's gonna come out different. These are like fingerprints. Is any two egg gonna be the same?
No.
Like fingerprints are like snowflakes. These are one-of-a-kind Easter eggs.
Wait, I want to take you off.
Okay,
Okay, I made a rainbow spot.
nice. Let's get that last one in, Evermoon. Ooh, beautiful. I like how light that really covered up the paper really well. Why are we using the cardstock for this, guys? Why can't we just use regular paper?
Because the regular paper is too bendy.
It's too bendy. And what else, Ever? What do you think? Why can't we use regular paper?
Because it's not as thick and it could kind of like bleed through.
Or maybe rip if it had too much shaving cream.
more?
We're done. We each did 3. So let's use our dish towels to
Mom,
wipe.
Can I do on his side?
Yes, you can because there's no more left. So you can go ahead and use whichever side you want. And then we're gonna let these dry a couple of hours because they're pretty wet with shaving cream. And when you're finished, you could string them up, you could hang them. What are some other things we could do to these afterwards?
We could maybe wrap it around an egg.
You could wrap it around an actual hard-boiled egg that maybe you decorated. Yeah, you could use it like a costume on the egg. Could you do any more decorating on these?
Yeah.
When they're dry?
Like you could do a second lap and make it even more pretty.
Sure, you could do another layer of shaving cream marble. What else?
Or you could, when that dries, you could do another layer on the back.
Yeah, you could do the back. Are there any other art projects that you could do with these tie-dyed eggs? Could you use any other supplies to decorate them?
You could use glitter and glue
Yeah.
or stickers.
Yeah, absolutely. The possibilities are endless. So we hope you have a great time decorating your Easter eggs this
Thank you.
season.